This wasn't a daydream. It was tangible and real. As we came in toward land, Elroy cut the engine, letting the boat fishtail lightly about 20 yards offshore. It struck me then that he must have planned it. I'll never be certain, of course, but I think he meant to bring me up against the realities, to guide me across the river and take me to the edge, and to stand a kind of vigil as I chose a life for myself. Everywhere, it seemed, in the trees and water and sky, a great worldwide sadness came pressing down on me, crushing sorrow like I had never known it before. And what was so sad, I realized, was that Canada had become a pitiful fantasy, silly and hopeless. It was no longer a possibility. Right then, with the shore so close, I understood that I would not do what I should do. I would not swim away from my hometown and my country and my life. I would not be brave. I remember staring at the old man, then at my hands, then at Canada. The shoreline was dense with brush and timber. I could see tiny red berries on the bushes. That close, 20 yards. I could have done it. I could have jumped and started swimming for my life. Inside me, in my chest, I felt a terrible squeezing pressure. Even now as I write this, I can still feel that tightness, and I want you to feel it. The wind coming off of the river, the waves, the silence, the wooded frontier. You're at the bow of a boat on the rainy river. You're 21 years old, you're scared, and there's a hard squeezing pressure in your chest. What would you do? Would you jump? Would you feel pity for yourself? Would you think about your family and your childhood and your dreams you're all leaving behind? Would it hurt? Would it feel like dying? Would you cry, as I did?
Right, left, again, left, right.
Well, Lieutenant, I'm gonna go take a whiz.
All right, Ted, I'll be over here chopping some wood.
Martha! 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 Why don't you love me? Oh, Martha!
Man, that was a good whiz.
Ted! No! No! Ted! God! It's all my fault! All my fault! I was thinking about Martha. I was thinking about Martha. Now I'm really sad. Why? Why?
Dad, what are you doing? I'm ready to leave.
Kathleen, I've just got some stuff I have to deal with.
Oh, you're so weird. Come on. Oh. One. Oh, Dad, what are you doing? Get out of the water. I'm ready to leave. Oh, you're so weird.
Good morning, Lieutenant. Last week at the end of our session, we discussed how you didn't feel like you were the right man for the job. Can you elaborate on that this week, please?
Yeah, I just feel like I was the one who was responsible for all of these men's lives. And I'm not the person to do that. You know, I signed up for this because everybody else was. I mean, half the time my mind wasn't even in the right place. I was either thinking about that girl, Martha, or, I mean, I don't know, when Kiowa died, I felt like it was all my fault. I was in charge of all of them, and I just wasn't able to do it.
Yeah, it's really tough, but it's not your fault, and you can't keep putting the blame on yourself. Walker, we've been making a ton of progress. How are you feeling today?
Well, you know, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I want to talk a little bit more.
That's fantastic. What do you want to talk about?
So, I keep thinking back to after the war, and I just remember myself circling the lake and thinking about when Kiowa died.
Circling Lake. Hey, your friend. Keo is your friend, right?
Yeah.
Were y'all like, how close were y'all?
I mean, we were pretty close, and I keep remembering myself trying to play it cool and like it didn't matter and like I didn't want to share my emotions, but it hurt.
Absolutely. I mean, losing someone like that is a lot to take in. I understand that you were in the Vietnam War. Can you give me a little insight on that?
Yeah, so I feel like I've touched on that briefly. You know, my friends Norman and Jimmy, who I know have come here before, but everything in the war was almost like a blur to me. Like, I remember it, but nothing really goes together. What's real and what's not real, the truth and what's not the truth, all is really just blended into one big thing. I really enjoy writing and telling stories about it. You know, I took my daughter Kathleen to Vietnam with me, but she just didn't seem to get it. And I don't really know how to explain it. The truth, to me, I don't know what the real truth is. I can't define that anymore.
Yeah, so you're kind of telling me that war, you just don't really know what's what when you go there.
Yeah, and it leaves me feeling my mind is in separate places and nothing really goes together as one piece anymore.